Hello, can you tell? See, with my Disneyland shirt on and my bling? We're talking GFree tips tonight about my trip at Disneyland in California. Also, oh my gosh, it's gluten-free. And this is the best treat at Disneyland, and I had to talk about it tonight, so stay tuned. Hello and welcome to episode 14 of the GFree and Happy show that happens every Monday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm your host, Kathy. I'm GFree and Happy. I have been for 4 years now, and I'm sensitive to gluten. So let me tell you, 4 years of no gluten has been the best thing that I've ever done. So tonight we're talking all about my experience at Disneyland. In fact, it happened a week ago tonight. I could be back there now, right now. It was the most magical time because I did my homework. I figured out what I needed to know when I visited the happiest place on earth. And I'm going to share all those tips with you tonight. And I can't wait because it really, truly was a magical experience for myself and the family. The little Mickey Mouses are dancing. But first, before we start, this show is brought to you by Ovaleye. Ovaleye TV hosts and produce live video events built to meet your objective. Visit ovaleye.tv to request a 30-minute consultation today to find out more about going live with your brand. So what's happening? Hi, Laura. It's not, the chat box isn't being happy with Twitter. I'm sorry, it didn't give me the option. It only did Facebook. So Jen, would you mind tweeting out these fun things for me? So tonight, every week, I highlight a product that I enjoy. And at Disneyland, I came across the best product, or the best treat I think I've ever had. And I've had a few treats that are gluten-free. And it came to me when I went to the Main Street Bakery there. All our family was going to watch the parade and have hot chocolate. And it said, and there's a picture too, a sign in the bakery that said, ask us about our gluten-free options. There wasn't a ton of options, but there were at least 3. And I will tell you, at every place at Disneyland, there's at least 3 G-free options. So there's a sign. It's actually, it says, anyways, oh my... Put that one off and put me back on there. Oh my gosh, gluten-free chocolate chips are the things that they sent me. They gave me 3 choices. One was a muffin, which is right here, a blueberry muffin, brownie, and a chocolate chip cookie. And I picked the chocolate chip cookie, and they come in little packages like this. And they heat it up if you want it heated. It's an amazing smell and taste when you open this up. And the reason why, oh my gosh, it's gluten.com has this is for cross-contamination. So every single product that they sell is in a nice little bag. And it can be heated. And they didn't actually know that Disneyland heated mine for me. And it really works well. I just did, actually, this brownie before the show. But, I mean, it's a nice big size brownie, too. Oops. Now I have to eat it. Darn it. But all their products, some of them are sugar-free, like the brownie is sugar-free. Yum. And they don't have a lot of ingredients. And then look at how cute this is. They sent this to me in this nice little booklet that they handed out. It's got all the information about each product in here. They have frozen items like mac and cheese, lasagna, cheese pizza. It's really yummy. Can I show the book? Look at how nice this is. Nicely organized too. And everything that you ever wanted to know about what's in there, calories, everything. Don't look at the calories. This is a wonderful small business that actually got into Disneyland, because what happened was afterwards I wanted to highlight this cookie, and I thought, oh, I'll just go to Whole Foods. And actually Whole Foods didn't have it. Nowhere had it. So I got on the phone and I called Patrick, and Patrick sent me all sorts of goodies. And I want to get the word out for these people because I love their brand. I love what they're doing. I'll actually have them on my show in the near future. I'll have Julie. I'm trying to organize the time. They're very busy, as you can tell, because that product is yummy. So anybody check out that's interested in a great treat, a frozen item like lasagna, mac and cheese, muffins, go to omgitsglutenfree.com, because that's actually what you say when you have one of their products. You go, oh my gosh, this is not gluten-free. It is gluten-free, but you wonder, is it really? Because it's so good. Hi, Laura. Haven't seen you in a while. So I want to talk about my trip to Disneyland and how I want to tell everybody how amazing they are and what front runners they are for being in the helping out the gluten-free community. I knew I booked this a couple months in advance, so I was able to actually talk. I called them up. I called Disneyland up 3 months in advance, and I said, I'm traveling with my family and I'm kind of scared, because you don't see a lot of stuff on their website on Disney. In fact, I'm looking at it now. There's some food blogs, which I recommend everybody follow because they're very informative. Like this one, they have delicious gluten-free choice available at Disneyland Resort. And I will say this waffle was amazing. But what happened was I just called them up and I talked to a few chefs there. I actually, oh yeah, there's mine. There's my waffle. My waffle breakfast I had at the Plaza Inn. And I actually booked this in advance too, because I knew, oh, and there's my grandson with Minnie Mouse at the breakfast. But I booked this in advance because I didn't want to have to stress about, okay, where am I going to go to have a great breakfast? So actually I didn't have to worry, because this is the great thing about Disneyland, and hopefully they're leading the way for others. And I don't know about every single park out there, but Disneyland, all of their parks, everything to do with Disneyland, their cruises, they all do this. And so what happens is I talked to Chef Bill, and he is actually the special dietary chef, and he runs the culinary school at Disney. That's him. I got to actually meet him at Disneyland last week. He is a role model for a chef with a special dietary, you know, that cooks for special diets. Yeah, this is one of the blogs I found, Disneyland Guru. It's all about Bill Orton and his favorite choices. And on this, he mentions the California Wine Country restaurant. And darn it, that's the one I did not get to go to. I did try wine at the California Adventureland, but I didn't try. Yeah, there's a picture. They actually do sell wine there. That little glass was $8, but it was well worth it. And the pizza went well with my wine that day. So introduce yourselves on chat, and if you have any questions about Disneyland, if you're going there, if you know somebody that's going there in the near future, let me know, because I found out a ton of stuff. They're so nice at Disneyland about food allergies. They will say gluten-free is a food allergy, and there are lots of rules now at the park to for all the chefs to follow. And so let me tell you about a few things that Disneyland has come up with that I love. First off, Disney has Chef Bill teach all the methods and very strict rules on how to cook and serve GFree. They are constantly making new recipes and finding new treats to serve their GFree guests. And that's the chefs right there at Disneyland. This one actually I took a lot of pictures of the chefs at Disneyland. This one was the one that made my pancakes and the server. I'll tell you the protocol. And this one is at the waffle breakfast with the characters at the Plaza Inn. Now, more about Disney. It has a strict protocol for the staff when anyone mentions a food allergy. No cross-contamination happens in the kitchens. Everything is separate, such as waffle irons. They are not anywhere near the gluten waffle irons. And Chef Bill actually does pop quizzes to all the chefs in the park at any given time about gluten-free, and if they fail, they have to take a test over again each time, no matter what. One question, if they fail, they're gone. They have to go do the test all over again. So I really like these things that they've instilled in the chefs. Now, about the chefs, every restaurant has a main dietary chef at all the restaurants at Disneyland. And what happens, there's my sign. That's the sign from the bakery. So at each restaurant, you go up to a server and you say, if it's at the buffet or at a table, you will say, I'm gluten-free. Now, this in itself, to me too, is a big deal, because I don't always say that when I go out, because I know what to order in advance. But there's actually not a menu at any of the restaurants that you really hold that says gluten-free items. So you have to be proactive, and you have to tell the chefs that I'm gluten-free. And so what they do, actually, the servers will go and get the one chef that will help me, that will cook my meal and get the things that I want. And they'll give you lots of choices, well, a few choices at least, and you pick one and they bring it out separately. And it doesn't take a long time, like some restaurants do. It takes within minutes, and you eat with the family, and they're all delicious. This pizza here that I have, that we're showing, is from the Tomorrowland pizza place. I think it's Rockets. I can't remember the whole name of it, but it's from the Venice Bakery. They research a lot of the pizzas out there, and they really liked the Venice Bakery. Plus, it's close to them. So I have this on the background, the Venice. Check out venicebakery.com. They have great pizzas, because I tried that one. It was really good. It's like Udi's too. Udi has a good pizza. So the next thing I want to talk about is I was never glutened at Disneyland, not once. I was there 3 days, and they're very good about cross-contamination. But if you don't say you're gluten-free and you go to a buffet at any of those restaurants, there's hidden gluten in them. Like they were telling me that bacon and sausage, the trays of those, they will line bread underneath that to soak up all the oils. So that's one biggie no for us. So you never want to just go into a restaurant, any restaurant actually, and start using a buffet, because there's tons of cross-contamination with a buffet. So they actually bring me my own sausage and bacon with my waffles that morning. And there's many things like that. So you definitely want to say, hello, my name is Kathy and I'm gluten-free. And you get your personal chef to give you your meal that day. And this was the buns that they had that were very good. I liked them a lot. They're very filling though, because they give you 2 of them. This was at one of the New Orleans restaurants. It was nice and warm that night because it was cold outside. The most popular gluten-free food at the park is the waffles that they serve, and the hamburgers come in second. And then for treats, the number 1 is the brownies that I showed, and the chocolate chips, and that you could get at the bakery. Now the waffle, I thought was interesting. The waffle and the pancake mix they use at Disneyland is Bob's Red Mill waffle and pancake batter, which I thought, hey, doesn't everybody use that at one point? And then the pizza served at the Red Rockets Pizza is from the Venice Bakery, and that's very popular. All the carts around the park do serve gluten-free things, but you have to be careful. That's my popcorn I had. It was yummy. The corn on the cob, definitely gluten-free and very tasty. I also had a frozen banana that was no gluten in it and very good on a hot summer, or it was March, but it was really hot that day. A frozen banana worked very well. So a lot of the cart items are gluten-free. You just have to ask. So for 2 years ago, we went to Disneyland, and it was a really fun adventure for me. I was gluten-free at that time, and I had to go to, there's a protocol back then too, where you had to go to the, city hall and ask for a gluten-free list.
What is that email at the bottom of the screen there?
I'll tell you in just a second. Anyways, you had to go to the gluten-free list and get it at the city hall, and then you had to carry that list everywhere you went. That was 2 years ago. Now Disneyland has created a protocol for all chefs to create a meal for gluten-free diets. So that is amazing. A lot of people don't like the word diet, but it is used a lot at places like Disneyland. All of the LA area too has tons of gluten-free options because it's kind of that lifestyle down there, which was really nice to see. I wish more towns had that. But down below, and now you don't have it up there. Can you put it up there? Down below is this email right here. dlr.specialdiets@disney.com. First point of connection with Disneyland. You don't have to call them. You just have to email this email right here. This will get you started in asking any questions that you want. And mainly Chef Bill answers these emails. Chef Bill doesn't just talk to me. I'm pretty special, you know. He talks to many of the kids. In fact, I was number 2 to him. Kids are number 1. And they have a lot of gluten-free kids have a hard time. They're scared when they get there because they don't know what they can eat. And if you've been glutened, oh my goodness, that's scary. And you will not enjoy the rest of your trip. Oh, there's my grandson. So he will come out and meet your kids if they're having a horrible time. But right now, you can find just about anything at Disney and be happy. But he does the beyond kind of customer service for people like us that need a little bit of assurance, kind of comfort, in that we know for 3 days I'm going to eat at your park. And I'm going to have to hopefully not be glutened and rely on everything that you give me. And I was never glutened, and I had a great time. And Disneyland they treat you like a movie star there. One thing I will say about Disneyland that I think I said at the beginning, they are, and there's our family, but they are top notch in starting the gluten-free. They should start the whole revolution of how gluten-free should be treated in restaurants and other parks. I would like to hear from other people too. I'd like you to email me, talk to me on Twitter, or connect with me on the phone if you want. But I want to hear about other at GFreeandHappy.com. I want to hear about other parks. I want to hear about your experience at Disneyland because it's a big deal. You've spent a lot of money at these parks, and you hopefully have a great time with your family, and you don't want to be glutened. So that's why I also did this show tonight too, so I can tell others about Disneyland and hopefully share my experience. And hopefully I get to hear from all of you. Send me in pictures too of your family having a great time. I have gfreeandhappy.com/Disney, and I will be posting all of this information on there, and also some guest posts too that people have enjoyed their time. And hopefully I can get Chef Bill to give a little shout out on the blog too. because I have to say he is the rock star of gluten-free world, if you ask me. So I guess that's all of my Disney trip. There's a picture again of the family. Can you show that one more time? This is most of the family that was there. We actually had a few more stop by at one point because most of our family's in California, but all of us had a great time. And I was also having the best time of my life because I didn't have to worry about any cross-contamination or thinking that there was tons of gluten somewhere that I didn't know, because I had help. I had Chef Bill and I had all the chefs at the park too helping me out. So I guess that's it on the Disney. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at Kathy@GFreeandHappy.com. I'd be happy to help you. And then next week, I have a really special guest. I have Taylor Miller. He has, let me get the notes on what he has. He's going to be my special guest next week. And he's 15 years old. Look at all my notes. I have a ton of notes here. Taylor Miller, and he has an adrenaline disease, and he's celiac. He's only 15 and he has a ton of things to learn. I don't think he goes to regular school anymore because it's so hard to keep up with everything. He's got a blog, he tweets a lot, Facebook. So I'm going to be talking to him next week. Until next week, please follow me on Facebook. You can find all my information on GFreeandHappy.com. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Pinterest, you name it, I'm on it. So this is Kathy. I hope you all have a very G-free and happy week.